Hello and welcome on the beautiful season 2, my beautiful souls. Welcome back to High Frequency Bubble. Welcome to this incredible podcast. And this season feels different. This seasons is different. This is the season of me entering in my 30s. This is the season of becoming. This is the season of clearing, healing, releasing, remembering, and finally creating from a place that feels aligned, pleasurable, and true. And you see, I want to admit something here because when I first started this podcast, I had so much fire in my heart. I knew I had wisdom to share. I knew that I have activations for you to bring through and energy that needed to move in the world. But at the same time, I took so much on my shoulders. I was carrying so much emotionally, energetically, spiritually, physically. And yeah, the shoulders were so heavy. So somewhere along the way, the thing that was meant to feel expansive started to feel heavy. So that's why I had to pause. That's why I had to make up the space. So I had to clear the clutter from my life, from my energy, from my field, from my mind, from my body, from my nervous system. And I had to come back to myself. I had to find my own rhythm again. I had to remember that my work is not meant to be forced, but it's meant to be felt. Felt by me, felt by you, felt by the world. So here I am. Again, more grounded, more embodied, more honest, more in my heart, more in my frequency, more in my truth. And this is the season that it's gonna be so freaking powerful because I will be sharing with you not just information, but I will be sharing with you wisdom, energy, activation, education. And this is the truth that comes from my heart, from my lived experience, from my own healing, from my own becoming. We are going to talk about emotions, energy, healing, embodiment, frequency, sensuality, spirituality, nervous system, identity, transformation, and the deeper layers of being a human and being a soul. So, this is just not a podcast. This is a space, this is a bubble. This is the high frequency bubble where you get to come back to yourself, remember who the fuck you are, and activate the parts of you that they are ready to rise. So as I said, I turned 30 this year and I truly feel like this is only the beginning. There is so much more coming, so much truth, so much wisdom, and so much more expansion. So if you are here, thank you. And if you are returning, welcome back. And this is your time to be in my world. And if this is your first time to be in my world, welcome. Welcome to High Frequency Babylon Season 2. We are only getting started. See you on the next episode. Hello, loves. How are you doing today? How is your day going? Today we are starting with the beautiful, amazing episode. I'm gonna talk about reclaiming your divine feminine, returning to your body, returning to pleasure and power. So today's episode, it's gonna be freaking deep. It's going to be sensual, it's going to be emotional, and it's going to touch parts of us women that we were told to be quiet, to behave, to be smaller, to be easier to digest, so we can shrink into those patterns. So today, I really want you to think that we are going to reclaim our divine feminine energy. And divine feminine energy, it's playful, she is funny, she's allowing herself to make mistakes. So I want to start this episode by saying to you that divine feminine, it's not just softness. She's not just being pretty. She's not just wearing the beautiful dresses and lighting the candles or being just in her receiving era. The divine feminine is the part of you that remembers. She remembers her body. She remembers her pleasure. She remembers her intuition. She remembers her voice. She remembers her sensuality. She remembers her rage, her softness, and also her power. And for so many of us, we have been disconnected from her, from that divine feminine energy for years. We're gonna go back even to our ancestors if you're gonna think about it, because I want you to think that we were not broken and it's not something that was wrong with us. This has all happened all along the way because we learned that being fully expressed was not safe for us. That's why we were shrinking to be okay, to be palatable for the world, and to be easy to digest, right? So we also learned that being emotional was too much. Being sensual was shameful. Being loud was disrespectful. Being confident was arrogant. Being soft was weak. Being powerful was threatening. Being in our pleasure was dangerous. So what was happening? We started to shrink. We started to perform. We started to become those versions of us that we could be accepted, loved, chosen, approved, or even tolerated by others. But deep down, our body knew. Our body knew that there was more. Our body knew that we were not here to live disconnected from ourselves. Our body knew that we are not here to abandon our pleasure. Our body knew that we are not here to silence our voice. And our body knew that we are not here to live from the survival at all time. And this is where the journey starts. The journey starts when you start reclaiming that divine feminine energy. When you reclaim your power, it begins with coming back to the body, coming back to your breath. Because body is the portal. We cannot just think our way into feminine energy. We cannot just mindset our way into embodiment. We cannot affirm ourselves into safety if the body is still holding shame, fear, grief, trauma, or even suppression. That divine feminine is not something that we pretend to be. It's something we remember through the body. So take a deep breath in with me. Allow your body to arrive, because you are connecting with your divine feminine through your breath, through your movement, through your dance, through your touch, through the sounds, even through crying. That's how you are connecting. Through pleasure, through allowing, through being witnessed, through finally letting ourselves feel what we were never allowed to feel before. And for me, this journey has been really, really, really deep. And let me tell you, that journey hasn't been perfect and has not always been pretty. And it was really messy. And it felt not always glamorous and sparkling, glittery. Sometimes reclaiming my feminine energy looked like crying on the floor, or screaming to the top of my lungs, or touching the ground and being angry with it. Sometimes it looked like I was moving my hips and I was feeling awkward, especially at the beginning. Sometimes it looked like I was standing in front of the mirror and I was trying to love my body. But what was happening, I used to judge it. And probably it touched you deeply, because that's how you might feel some of the times. You know, sometimes it looked like I was choosing pleasure when actually guilt wanted to take over. Sometimes it looked like I was being witnessed by other women and not letting myself to be seen. And this is such a big part of feminine healing, because so many of women, so many of us have been taught to compete with each other, to compare, oh, look what she has, to judge, oh, what was she is wearing, to feel jealous, why she has that and I don't have it, right? To feel threatened by other women's beauty, sensuality, power, or confidence. Let it land, because we experienced that since we were kids. Even not if was that's from our mom, or maybe this was even in the school. But when we come back into the true feminine energy, that sisterhood that we are creating becomes medicine. It's being that moment when you are being witnessed by other women becomes healing. Being held by other women or women becomes powerful. Seeing another woman expressing herself, giving her permission to the parts of us that they are still hiding. We are leading by the example. That's why the embodiment is so powerful, because it's not just about dancing. It's not just about being sensual. It's not just about moving your body. It's about giving yourself ability and that permission to take up the space and to exist fully. To breathe deeper, to fill your hips, to open your chest, to soften your belly, to release the armor around your heart, to let your throat speak the truth, and to your womb to feel safe again. So you letting your body become home to you. And I really want you to hear this, that your sensuality is not dirty. Your pleasure is not shameful. Your body is not something to be controlled, punished, or gets hidden, to be hidden. Your body is sacred. Your body holds wisdom. Your body holds memories, holds emotions, holds power, and also holds your feminine essence. And when you start coming back to the body, you start remembering that you're not here to be a good girl. You're not here to be easy controlled. You're not here to dim your light so other people can feel comfortable and, not sharing your words. You are not here to be disconnected from your desires. You're actually here to be alive. To be alive fully. What does it mean for you to be fully alive? Let it land. Full alive in your heart, in your womb, in your voice, in your sensuality, creativity, emotions. Fully alive in your love, that fire that is inside you. Fully alive in your body. And this is where people still misunderstanding the divine feminine. They think that the divine feminine is only gentle, but also the divine feminine, it's so fierce. She's Kali, she is Mary Magdalene, she's the mother, she's the lover, she's the wild woman, she's the creatrix, she's the healer, she's the one who can hold life, death, rebirth, love, grief, pleasure, and power. All at once. Full body chills. She can be soft, but she is not weak. She can receive, but she doesn't beg. She can love deeply, but she doesn't abandon herself. She can forgive, but she still has her own boundaries. She can be sensual, but she does not need to be consumed. She can be visible, but she doesn't need everyone to approve her. This is the divine feminine. And let me tell you, she is not here to be liked by everyone. And probably she won't when she's gonna start reclaiming her own truth. Because she is here to be true and to be the truth. And this is the part that can feel scary. Because when you start reclaiming your feminine energy, you may trigger people. You may trigger people who were comfortable with that smaller version of you, that they were okay with it. You may trigger the people that they were benefiting from you being silent. You may trigger the people who only loved you when you were disconnected from your power. But that does not mean that you are doing something wrong. Sometimes your liberation will be uncomfortable for people who are still living inside their own cages. That's why you are here. That's why in the high frequency bubble, to come out from the cage, to be that one for your collective, for your people around you. Because the divine feminine, we don't judge them for that. But we also do not put ourselves in a cage to make them feel better. Because we know that this is our life, this is our body, this is our energy, this is our expression, this is our healing, and this is our rebirth. And I feel like so many women right now, they are being called back into this. I can see this what's going on with my clients, I can see what's going on in the collective. We are actually coming back into our body, into our pleasure, online and offline, back into our softness, back into our voice, back into our truth, back into our sensuality, back into our feminine power. And this journey, it requires safety and bravery. Because if your nervous system does not feel safe, your body will not open, because your body will simply protect you. And what's gonna happen, your body will close, your body will numb, and your body will feel disconnected. So reclaiming the divine feminine is not about forcing yourself to be sensual or confident or magnetic overnight. And I want you to feel this. It's a process. It's a process to creating the safety inside yourself. And you're gonna do it little by little, one breath at a time, one movement at a time, one honest feeling at a time, one boundary at a time, one moment of pleasure at the time, one moment of choosing yourself at the time. It's like building a house. We are putting brick by brick by brick by brick. You just need to remember yourself, and that version of you is already inside you, and probably she's hiding underneath the shame, underneath the conditioning, underneath the fear, underneath the trauma, underneath the stories that told you and your body that you were too much or not enough. But she's there, that woman that she knows, the woman that feels, the woman that receives, the woman that creates, the woman that loves, the woman that is rising. And that woman does not need to be perfect to be powerful. So after this episode, feel those questions landing for you, because I want you to ask yourself where you have been hiding yourself from that feminine energy. What is that part of you that is feeling disconnected from your body? Where have I made my pleasure wrong? Where did you silence your voice? Where have you been performing instead of expressing? And ask yourself, when am I ready? When am I ready to come home to myself? This is no pressure, but pleasure. This is just the awareness. Because that awareness, it's becoming for you the process of the reclamation. And that reclamation is beginning the process of liberation. So my beautiful, beautiful, amazing, incredible soul, let this episode be your reminder that you're allowed to be soft, sensual, emotional, powerful, and seen. And you are allowed to receive, to feel pleasure, to take up the space. You are allowed to come back to your body. And none of it, it's too much. And you were never too much. And you were never meant to be put in the box that you don't belong. You are a frequency woman. You are a woman made of frequency, a woman of fire, a woman of softness, a woman of love, a woman of creation, a woman of divine power. And feel those words. Because the more you're gonna come back to yourself, the more you become the activation. I just want to say that I see you, that I love you, and thank you for your beautiful ears, that they received that divine, beautiful podcast right now. And if this episode spoke to your heart, your womb, your body, or your soul, I really want you to share it with a woman who is also remembering herself. And if you're ready to go deeper into embodiment, frequency work, nervous system regulation, feminine energy, and coming back to your divine power, you're so welcome inside my world. This is the work I live for. This is the work that it's never gonna be taken away from you. I love you. I see you. And keep remember that you are the woman that came here to shift the world. I love you. And until next episode, see you soon, Queen.